Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 20-minute podcast. This is Tech Tuesday. I'm your host, Fuad, joined with Rashad.
Hi, everybody.
And in today's episode, we're going to talk about a bunch of topics. And first of all, we're going to start with a couple Apple rumors and news. So first off, there's been rumors that Apple may release an iPhone SE in early next year, 2022, and it's rumored to be like iPhone SE 3 is rumored to come in the same size, 4.7 inches, and with new upgraded processor, A15 chip, and 5G connectivity. So my question for Rashad is, what are your thoughts? Do you think it's a good idea after all these years?
Okay, so my thoughts on the iPhone SE, the new one that is gonna get released. I think it's a good idea since the iPhone 13 mini and 13 plus are 13, sorry, are a bit pricey. So there are people who are looking for an iPhone at a more affordable price, and I think that these types of customers don't really mind having like the old version of the phones, like the home button.
Mm,
You get me? Instead of like the home buttonless new ones, the one that are full screen and etc.
mm.
So I think people will compromise on that for the price. And I think compared to previous years, I think the sales of them were pretty well.
I
I
I
think so.
think so. I can't exactly remember, but yeah, I think
I've
they
heard.
sold okay.
Yeah, they sold okay, which is expectable as something from the like oldest that. And I think it's a really good deal, sort of, if you're trying to cut down costs and still use an iPhone, because you're getting a fast processor, like you're getting, I think, the latest updates, correct?
Yeah, yeah, you're getting a
Yeah,
new chip and 5G as well, which is
5G as well,
important
which is
now.
really
Yeah.
great. Yeah, which is gonna help the user a lot and make his experience much better,
Mm,
uh, from a network point of view.
yeah.
So I think it might be a really good phone to add to the lineup.
Mm,
And I think it's gonna sell well, especially nowadays when like the coronavirus and the pandemic, the economy is a bit down. Like not a lot of people have a lot of money, so they're a
mm.
bit cautious of what they spend. And if they want to buy a new phone, I think maybe more people will choose that.
Yeah,
Choose.
the only concern for me is that like cheaper phones are a very competitive market. I think high end, iPhone competes well, but
Yeah,
like for cheaper middle range phones, it's very competitive even with like the Google Pixel 6 and the 6 Pro. Those are very competitive. Like you could pay a little bit extra. Here from what I read in front of me is that it'll then if the iPhone SE 3, if it will come out, it'll be below the Apple's usual 399 starting tag. So it will be cheap, but uh or cheaper, but I don't know how it will compete with phones like the Pixel 6 and stuff like that.
yeah, you're correct. I totally agree on what you're saying. That there is a lot of competition in the cheap phone market, but not all of the phones have the operating system of an iPhone. Like not all of
Mm,
the phones have iOS. All of them have Android. But maybe the
yeah.
people that yeah, people want maybe an iOS system
And
will
they
for a
want
cheaper price.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they want support for years as well. iOS supports like old
Yeah.
iPhones.
Yeah, correct. And maybe they have like an Apple Watch or they have like they don't want to change everything they've got because it's all connected.
Mm,
So yeah,
yeah, yeah,
it's I think it's gonna be a good product. It's not
mm,
gonna be the best product, like, but it will do okay, I think.
yeah, yeah. I think so too. You want to also talk about the other Apple news?
Yeah. The AirTags, correct?
Yeah, So so Apple announces some AirTag privacy improvements. They say that there's a new firmware update that released. I think it will be a couple of days from when from when the episode is posted. They say that the AirTag will now play a sound after it's been separated from its owner at a random time within an interval of 8 and 24 hours. Uh, at launch, the AirTag played a sound after being separated longer than 3 days, but now it'll be shorter, much shorter. As well as that, the company is also saying that they're developing an app for Android that will also alert them if there potentially an AirTag is moving with them. So this feature was in Apple products initially, but now they're also making an app for Android users to see if anyone is tracking them or someone put an AirTag with them, they would also be notified.
And I think it's a good move from Apple that they're going to use both Android and iOS, since it's
Mhm.
going to be much easier to find the AirTag itself, because everybody's got either iPhone or Android.
Mm.
So when somebody loses something, he will definitely find it. Because I think the way that it works, the AirTags, that the phones around it sends a message to the person who owns the AirTag itself that here is your AirTag.
Yeah, you can use the Find My application and look for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's automatically it sends a message to you, to your
Mm.
AirTag through other iPhones. So if Android phones are also used, it's much better. It's gonna enhance it because
Mm.
everybody has one of these two phones. So definitely people are gonna walk next to your AirTag,
Yeah,
which is gonna send a signal to you
I don't
as
know
an
if it
AirTag.
mm,
Hmm.
I don't know if it will ping like the servers and send the location to your iPhone, but it will tell the user that there is an AirTag next to you that was following you for a while. So
No, I
I'm
think
still not
maybe
sure.
in the future, I think it's gonna send.
Mm.
I think so
Mm.
because it's gonna make it more effective.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. That's the thing where they excelled over like tiles and other like tracking devices that there's so many Apple products everywhere, so it'll be much more effective than tiles and other stuff like that.
Yeah, correct. I totally agree.
Yeah, and there's also the Apple also, it says detect other Find My enabled accessories. So I think like it'll also detect like AirPods and stuff like that
Yeah.
apparently as well.
All the devices that are enabled
Mm.
in Find
In the Find My
apparently
app. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that's really true.
it's so nice from Apple and Smart that they're getting Android involved in a couple of things. They started with FaceTime. Like now, anybody can send
Yep,
a link to any Android person and he can talk to you from FaceTime, which is
yep.
so smart since they're targeting everybody, like Apple users and Android users.
Yeah, that's I
Yeah, and
exactly.
here's the second thing that they're going to do, which is the AirTags. And I believe that in the future, they're going to add more and more so they can make both users, the Android users and iOS users, link together. So you don't have to be on one team.
Mm.
So they will both work on both. If you
Yeah.
And now onto a different topic, which is, in my opinion, really interesting, and it's the Snapchat spectacles. Previously, Snapchat released a spectacle glasses. They were I think they were sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were sunglasses that had cameras and that you can um, record in a first person view from, and then upload it on your story on Snapchat.
Hmm.
I think they did okay. They weren't the worst,
Yeah, but they
but
didn't sell very well from what I remember, that they weren't like super famous as people
yeah,
thought
they
they
want
will be.
yeah they weren't really trendy or famous, but they were okay. I think they didn't do it just to become famous. I think they did it just to like start trying things out,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Now they released something with it, which is so interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah,
And they
it's
are,
still coming. They haven't released it yet. It's still on the way.
yeah,
So, mm.
yeah, but I think it's near
Yeah, there's
the
still no
really,
exact date, so
ah,
we still don't
there's
know
no
yet.
exact date.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no exact date, but I think like maybe in a year or so or less, they should have like released it. Nevertheless, the topic is really interesting in my opinion,
Mm.
which is AR glasses. They're spectacles with AR technology in them. Um, I think if you watched Iron Man 3, you would like get the same idea, uh, but without like interaction with your hands. So you put on the glasses, and then just like using your phone, the AR is on your glasses, and you see things around you.
Mm.
I think this is just the beginning of this technology. I think there is a lot of opportunity to improve on it. Since now it's
Yeah.
just gonna be used for like games, I think, or things like that, or like seeing the space, or
Yeah, I've seen, I read that you can go from like multiplayer games and like view art installations or stuff like that, like different augmented reality stuff you can do on it.
yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
yeah. And I think this is just the beginning. It's the beginning of something really big. I believe that in a couple of years we're gonna see something just like the Iron Man movies, where you can interact with the AR, like with your hands gestures, and it moves with you with your voice. I believe that that's gonna happen in the future.
Mhm.
And this is just the beginning. This is what I see, and now I just see like it's starting with games and stuff, but it's gonna reach a point where they're maybe gonna be, instead of our phones, we just talk to the glasses and information pops up,
Maybe
and we can
like an assistant or like a Siri or something. Maybe.
yeah, like in yeah, like an assistant, but something really complicated and advanced.
I think if it was really effective, I think that would still need time, but for now, stuff like this is really interesting. I
Yeah.
remember the Google Glass, if you remember it, like where it
Yes.
flopped. It just it flopped really badly, but uh, hopefully this turns out better. It already looks like it's gonna be much better. Technology changes so quickly, and
Yeah.
there's
It looks.
already, yeah, like smaller devices are so much better than even 5 years ago. Like
Yeah.
compare like Apple Watches, like first gen to now is completely different.
Yeah.
So it's so much better. So hopefully these like small details will help it like go big. And I even read that they include like stereo speakers, onboard Wi-Fi, USB-C port for charging, a two front-facing camera for capturing video and detecting services, which is really good.
Yeah. It's just the start. It's not gonna be the best.
Mm,
Definitely. There's gonna be like a lot of like trying. They're gonna try a lot of things on this in order
mhm,
to enhance the other one, and I think it's much bigger than what it is right now. It's gonna be much bigger one
mm,
day. I might be
yeah,
wrong, I might be right, but this is what I see. And
yeah,
it's really interesting. It's really nice that they. I think they're close to like finishing or something like that.
yeah. I
Unlike the
have no
Google.
idea. Mm.
Uh,
They say that
yeah,
it still has limitations, like the battery life is not very good. I read, let me look for it. I think it says like 30 minutes. Yeah, it lasts it for 30 minutes of use, it says. So they're still working on stuff like that.
yeah, it'll
But
take time to improve,
yeah,
but
yeah,
at least
definitely.
they're starting somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay, now on to the other topic, which is Uber.
yeah. Uber safety features. Do you
Yeah,
want me to? Should I
yeah, go
give
ahead.
it?
No
All
problem.
right. So Uber is releasing a lot more safety improvements and measurements, they're saying that they plan on releasing audio recording feature to three U.S. cities later in December. But I think they plan after that, if it works well, to expand. So basically, it'll they'll give drivers and passengers the ability to record audio using their phone, but it will be encrypted, so no one from Uber can listen to it unless the user themselves make a report and include the audio recording, and then a specialist will decrypt it and then listen to the audio. uh, it says, and also that the drivers will be notified if the passenger is recording, so they know that they're being recorded.
Yeah.
um
And there's a
yeah
feature
so
about the seat belts, I think.
mhm,
Um, since there are like 22,415 passengers that were killed in 2019,
mm,
um, 47%
47%, yeah.
not wearing seatbelts.
Hmm.
So I think if they like find a way, I think they're gonna release a solution for that. I think with the audio recording, it might be like 11,000 passengers, like halfway, which is a big number. Like 11,000
mm,
people saved is really great.
yeah, that's yeah. So I don't think you talked about the features.
Yeah, we
Basically,
did.
it notifies the if the passenger is not wearing their seatbelt or unlocks it, it notifies the driver. I've seen that, I think, on Shark Tank or something before, but I'm not sure if it's the same. I don't think it's the same
Company.
company. I'm not sure. Maybe it is actually, right, check. I've heard the name before, but uh,
What is it? Uh,
it's I think it's
what,
like a little device or something that you can that I think you attach to like the seatbelt, and it tells you like it notifies you.
yeah,
Or maybe it's the name of the feature. I'm not sure. But anyway, I think any feature that improves safety is a good feature if it works well.
yeah, definitely. If it works, it's great. I think some cars, like in the car itself, it's integrated that it's like it tells people that the passenger on the back on the right side is not wearing, or the left,
Mm,
etc. But these are mostly what I know are vans, like family cars.
mm,
Uh, so yeah, it's a great feature if it works well. And as you said, anything that increases safety is a good feature. Totally agree.
yeah. Yeah, it says that they're they're doing this because of increased complaints from occupants regarding safety practices. So I guess they want to increase their safety measurements. All right. Want to go move on to the last topic?
Yeah. For the last topic of the day, it's going to be about the Xbox Windows app, um, which will now tell users or PC users if the game is good for your PC or not, like for the specs. Let's say, for example, if I want to download Forza Horizon 4 and I got an okay PC, it will tell me if how good will the game run on my PC, which is really a good feature, and I'm surprised that it's not there yet, and that they're just launching it. But better late than never, I guess.
They're slowly releasing it to more and more people and more games. But I think it's good. Before you only had to check the performance requirements, so like the absolute minimum requirements. But sometimes you would get the game and it wouldn't work really well. But now under the game, it gives you like a little logo, and I see an example here, a picture. It says should play great on this PC. So it'll tell you if like you said, if it will run smoothly or not. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, great feature. As I
Yeah,
said, better late than never.
exactly.
And yeah, I'm surprised that it wasn't there like before. Like it's a simple feature that will be so useful for a lot of people, since you don't
Mhm.
want people to like buy a game and then not play it well.
Yeah, Yeah, and also replaces like alternative like tools where people have to download. Like for example, there's a website called Can You Run It that would that you would search the game and see if it would work with your PC. But this just substitutes all like it skips a lot of steps, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's gonna make the person who's using the PC or the gamer is
Mm,
gonna make his life much easier.
yeah.
So, everybody, this was the topics for today. We talked about Apple's AirTag privacy, iPhone SE. Then we talked about the Uber's audio recording feature and safety for the seatbelts. And we talked about the AR spectacles that are going to be released soon. And finally, we talked about the new Xbox Windows app that shows you if the game is compatible with your PC or not. So we really appreciate you listening to our podcast. As always, we were your hosts, Rashad and Fuad. And next week's episode is going to be, hopefully, is going to be so fun. We're not going to tell you what's going to be on that. You have to come and listen to it. Please check out our social media accounts so we can so you can help us become one of the participants of the community, the greatest tech community in the internet, hopefully. Thank you everybody for listening and have a great day. Bye bye.